Maybe. Maybe we're going live. There we are. Great. All right. Welcome, everyone. Hi, my name is Valorie Lewis. I'm a psychic medium, tarot reader, and welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. Good to see all your lovely faces. I'm seeing some new names and some of my favorites, I shouldn't say my favorites, some of my regulars. That's what I meant to say. Y'all, words have been escaping me all my life. No, all week, all month. I just don't know what's going on. Some might say it's perimenopause. I say no, I am not doing menopause. I just refuse. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. I don't give a fuck what Mother Nature thinks. I'm not doing it. Sounds amazingly torturous, and I don't want any part of it. Yes, absolutely, Jacqueline. Okay, welcome. Hi, I'm Valerie Lewis, and today's Magical Money Manifestations, where I do a tarot read and also an oracle read and allow any messages to come through from spirit to help set us on our way with clarity, with guidance, with any support we might need from the spiritual realm. Most importantly, so that we can really settle into the idea of manifesting or creating our own reality. Um, I was going to say dipping back in, but not dipping in, actually getting into that space of inner power, inner wisdom, inner guidance. We have everything we need when we come into this world, and then life knocks us around and we lose some of that. All we're doing today is a remembering. We're remembering some of the things that we had when we came in. All right, I need to sip my coffee. One moment. Some of y'all who follow me know I was in Denver for a whole week. Just got in, was supposed to get in last night, actually got in at 2 a.m. this morning. So I definitely need my coffee this morning. Um, Today we're going to, first I'm going to explain how we normally do these events for those of you who might be new. If you're new, I would love to know that. Go ahead and put it over in the chat, say hello. Chat should be open. Hope chat is open because we're going to be using chat today. Okay, so normally what I do is, as I said, I open myself up to any messages that come through from spirit, but I also use cards, tarot cards and oracle cards. And normally we pull a few tarot cards to get the messages for the week, and then we pull oracle cards to support those messages. And then we have, I don't know, maybe about 5, 6 minutes where I do one card pulls for the group. Not for the group. One card pulls for select members of the group. It's always random, just a few, usually 2 or 3 people get a one card pull. So make sure you keep coming back if you're interested in that portion. And then we wrap up with an energy activation, just asking Spirit to come in and support us with whatever messages may have come through for the week. So that is normally how things run. Today, I'm going to switch it up just a little bit, and I'll let you know how I'm going to do that here in just a moment. I am trying to get my deck organized. And I also want to let you know about a special that is going on today. Today and today only. It's been on Meetup for quite a while, but the amazing, lovely, beautiful, couldn't do this without her, Jacqueline. Oh, you know what? Everybody pause for a minute. Is everybody paying attention? Yesterday was Jacqueline's birthday. Everybody tell Jacqueline happy birthday. Okay, so today, on Jacqueline's day after birthday, Jacqueline and I are teaming up for today only. We are doing two psychics. You get both of us for one reading, and it's a past lives revealed reading. So I will go in with my psychic abilities and pull forward a past life that has relevance to you, give you some information on that past life, who you may have been, things you may have dealt with. And then I turn it over to Jacqueline. Jacqueline opens your Akashic records, goes into your Akashic records, and lets you know what lessons or experiences, what things can you bring forward from that past life into your current life, into your today, now reality that might benefit you. So what that looks like is maybe you struggle with communication and you don't know why. And I go in and I say, well, in a past life, you were a monk and you had a vow of silence. And then Jacqueline will go into the Akashic records and will come forward with the lesson that you may have learned, like why you may have taken the vow of silence and why that might still benefit you and what you might be working through in this current life. So it's that kind of information from past lives. So that is called a past lives revealed reading. We have just a few spots left. Jacqueline is going to post the link. I will tell you, the link was set up incorrectly, and I tried to jump on really quick and fix it. After today's event, give me like half an hour and you should be able to see available appointments. What happened is my site said you can't set appointments if they're closer than 8 hours. And so of course we're closer than 8 hours than those appointments, and I just need to go in and tweak that. So if you are interested in one of those readings, this event ends at 12 Central Time. Wait until about 12:30 to go on the website and book one of those readings. They will go fast because we only have a few, and I mean like I think like three left. Um, and if for some reason you still can't get in, shoot me an email at tarotunicornscoffee@gmail.com and I'd be happy to get you booked. So I did want to let you know about that because that is today only and that's happening here in a little bit. Okay, besides that, let me take a deep breath. I'm looking over in the chat. Yay! Yes, Nev. I'm excited too. Oh, I love that everybody's telling you happy birthday. Okay, so I said today we're going to do it slightly different. Y'all, oof. I know we've been talking about eclipse energies and what's going on, and energies are funky and the world's gone crazy. The world has lost its effing mind recently. I don't normally watch the news. Like, no, I don't watch the news at all. I get my information by osmosis and Facebook. Um, but there are some things that you just can't like not be aware of. There is so much that happened over this past week. Um, so much. And some of it hit a little too close for home for me. And I'm assuming some of you as well may have experienced some unsettling events, news, just the energy swarming around. So today I want to ask, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I mean, I say I am in this business to help support people in this business, in this life path, and sharing my gifts to help support people. And yes, I know these messages that I give on Magical Monday from the tarot cards are supportive and they do help support, but man, it's been a whopper of a couple of weeks, and I really want to know how y'all are doing. If there's a way I can personally support y'all, I want to kind of veer off the beaten path today and do some more. If you need support, I'm here to support you. So I invite you, if you feel welcome, to put your information in chat if there's something that you've been struggling with or something that you need clarity on. I will try to get a bead on like maybe there's an ongoing thread or a theme going on, and we can pull cards specifically for that. This is being broadcast live to YouTube, so if you are not comfortable with your information being in chat and me reading it based on your name, send it to me by private message. You also have that availability in chat. If I see a message come through directly to me, I will not mention your name on camera into the recording. So I will let you all think about that for a little bit. Put your responses over in the chat, and I will get started with the tarot. So we will get started with the tarot. Then I'll kind of see what's going on with the community, what's going on with the collective, and kind of get a little bit more specific because I don't know about y'all, but I am definitely feeling these energies. And if I'm feeling it, I know y'all are feeling it. And I know there's a lot of powerful people in this room, but even sometimes the powerful ones need a little bit of extra personalized support. I'm going to stop talking and start pulling some cards. Life is upside down and backwards, said someone over in chat. Well, we've got the tarot for that. Wonderland and Tarot. We're pulling from Alice in Wonderland. Um, One of the things I did while I was in Denver is I hosted my very first seance. If you're in the Kansas City area, look for that coming soon to a neighborhood near you. But during my seance, one of my very dear friends came through who passed earlier this year. Um, it was a beautiful, touching moment. And one of the things he showed me and the person I was reading for, who also knew them, was this scene from Alice in Wonderland. So I'm going to the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck to see if there's any additional messages and also just to kind of honor the fact that he came through. I did pull 3 cards, but I'm feeling that we should pull 4. So we have 4 cards going on. I feel like I am sitting in the dark, and that's just going to have to be okay. All right. Feeling very blocked and disconnected. That's someone else over in chat. Tired constantly, zero motivation, lazy, stuck, just yuck, walking in circles. Girl, yes. I'm sorry, that's not a girl, that's Eddie. But boy, yes, yes, yes to everything. Okay, I'm going to get to those in just a minute. Let's go with the first tarot card for this week. 5 of Swords. Well, that's fitting, isn't it? And we have the Queen of Hearts. I did not know she was on the 5 of Swords card, but the 5 of Swords, 5 represents conflict and opportunities, or challenges and opportunities. 5 is that right in the middle number in numerology. And the 5 of Swords, swords is our thought processes, it's air energy, it's also communication. And right now, I'm feeling like the 5 of Swords is how we communicate ourselves to the world. And it's not that we're challenged by communicating ourselves to the world. I mean, some of us might be, but some of us are like, no, I'm really good with communication. I've been working on it a very long time. That's not the piece that I'm feeling coming through from spirit. What I'm feeling is, yes, but who you are has changed drastically over the last couple of months, maybe even the last couple of weeks. You and how you relate to the world. No, you as a person, as a being, as an energy has changed, has up leveled, has evolved. And so it's not about I'm having trouble with communication. It's I now have to find new language to explain the new me to the world. So that's why this 5 of Swords is coming up for us at the beginning of this week. If you feel like you've lost your words, me, oh my God, I had so many moments where I said the wrong thing or just couldn't find the right word over these past couple of weeks. Um, if you've been asking yourself, what's going on? What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. You have shifted. And now your vocabulary, your energy, the way you communicate yourself out to the world, it's trying to catch up. It's shifting. You're finding new language. You're feeling into that so that you can accurately describe it. You know how sometimes you have to experience something first before you can tell somebody about it? Maybe even twice, like that delicious, decadent piece of chocolate cake where you take one bite and you're like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing in the world. How do I describe it to someone else so that they buy the same cake? Let me take a couple more bites. It's that idea. You have this new energy surging through you, and you just got to get comfortable enough with it and understand it enough before you can accurately explain it to the world. So that's the 5 of Swords. I'm getting good vibes off of this. I'm not getting like, oh, something's wrong and you need to fix something in the realm of challenges. I'm getting, hey, just be aware that this is what's going on so you don't beat up on yourself so much. And then we have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, Alice in Wonderland. Alice is walking away from a situation where she thought she was holding a baby and the baby turned into a pig. And there's a whole backstory. The pig was giving her grief. And finally, she was like, what the hell am I doing? This is not even a baby. I'm not responsible for a damn pig. And she left the pig and she walked away. Pig was still squealing. Pig still needed something from her. And she was like, I'm not the one. Where in your life are you still trying to do things that are no longer your responsibility? Something has shifted. A baby has turned into a squealing pig. Something has shifted. You said, I'm going to do this thing. You felt responsible for it. You felt obligated to do it. But something in the thing that you obligated yourself to shifted. And you said, well, I made a promise. And you just kept sticking with it, even though the thing shifted and you have the ability, you have the free will, you have the choice to free yourself up, to relax your nervous system, to give yourself the compassion that you give everyone else, and to just walk away if it's no longer fitting. And I feel like so many times in life, especially based on pressures put on us from the outside world, we feel obligated and we feel a responsibility to stick to things because you promised and you're a person of your word and you don't lie and you don't go back and you don't break promises. But you have to remember what you promised in the beginning is not what you are facing right now. This world, the people in it are shifting so rapidly that if you promised, I don't know, your mother-in-law that you would be the one to bake her birthday cake, I'm just making shit up, y'all, because in the beginning, it was a birthday cake for 10 people. And then all of a sudden, she invited more people, and it's her 70th birthday, and there's people showing up, and now she wants a three-tiered thing. And you feel obligated because you told her and because she's counting on you. But something shifted from when you first agreed to do the thing to now. And we have so many things like that in our life. Take a deep breath and really think about the things that you feel that you have a responsibility towards, or that you feel obligated to, or promises that you've made. Give yourself some compassion and ask yourself, has the situation, the experience, the person changed to where I can walk away and let myself off the hook because what I agreed to is different than the situation right now? I guarantee you there's at least 10, if not more things that are tying up your energy that you could walk away from. Eight of Cups is the idea of walking away when it still feels like there's unfinished business, when it still feels like there's something left to do. But Spirit is saying, yeah, there is something left to do, but that's not for you to do it. I've got more things ahead for you, and I need you to focus over there and stop tying up your energy in these things that are no longer feeding you and that are no longer supporting you. So that's the Eight of Cups. Temperance. I am going to go to the book on this one. Temperance is our first major arcana card for this week. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm teaching Tarot beginning this Sunday, and we're going over the major arcana. It's three-part, 3 Sundays. So you get a class and then a break between to absorb the information, and another class, 3 Sundays. Major arcana. Join me. Join me for the fun. I love teaching Tarot. But Temperance. Temperance is also the card for Sagittarians. If you didn't know, now you know. And temperance is we think of temperance, okay, look at her and what this scene is. The caterpillar has told her one side of the mushroom makes her taller and one side of the mushroom makes her smaller, and she's taking a chunk out of each one and she's holding both of those. Temperance, we often see some form of balance being represented in the card. And we think it's, oh, we've got to balance these two things. I would like you to think of the temperance card less of balance and more of alchemy. The temperance angel usually represented by an angel in traditional tarot, here it's represented by Alice, is more about alchemy than about actual balance, the way our human brain wants to think of balance. Because what she realizes is it's not just about, I take a bite from the one that makes me bigger and it makes me exactly the height I want to be. And I take a bite from the one that makes me smaller and it makes it exactly. She had to play around with it a little bit. She had to nibble off one and realize how big or how small it made her. She had to play around with it so she could get herself to the exact right height that she needed for the situation that she was trying to get into, the house or something. I forget where she was at this point in the story. But it wasn't just take one bite and boom, it's done. It's a nibble here, a nibble there. It's balancing, but it's in an alchemical way. And the temperance angel actually has 2 cups where she's trying to it's more about alchemy, is what I'm saying. So it's asking about your life, all of these things that you're holding, how can you alchemize them to actually support you, to actually help you move forward? Are there some things that you need to let go of that are no longer serving you, that you just keep lugging around, that are making you off balance, that are making you feel like, I don't know what's going on. I just feel like I'm all over the place. Well, you're probably carrying some stuff, some energies that are not serving you. You probably need to figure out that perfect mix to get yourself back in the flow again. So that's temperance. I do want to go to the book to see if there's any. I just feel like there's something else from this particular deck that Spirit wants us to know in this moment. You ever get that feeling when you're reading tarot? It's like, yeah, I know this card. I know this card backwards and forwards, but there's something missing. What is it? What is this particular um, author's take on this? Where are we at? Temperance. There we go. Temperance represents some very neat ideas, but often gets overlooked as boring or dull. People often think about temperance as moderation or even abstinence from the things they enjoy. While the etymological roots do mean restrain and moderation, the word itself doesn't imply who determines what is moderate. So while it does imply moderation, the word itself doesn't say who's in charge of defining what is moderate and what isn't. Because of some of our Puritan roots and our history, the temperance movement, Americans default to assuming the restraint comes from someone or something external to ourselves. That's where we miss the awesomeness of temperance. Even Catholics, who, while undoubtedly conservative, were often more liberal than their Protestant cousins, they understood that true temperance is the virtue that represents humans' ability to behave well according to that which is within. Everybody who put over in the chat that these energies have been shaking them up, they're feeling a little unbalanced, they don't know what's happening. Temperance represents your ability to behave well according to that which is within. So it's understanding all of those chaotic, stirred up energies and finding a way to still behave, to still be yourself, to still be authentic, to still feel a sense of rooted groundedness despite what is swirling around within you. And I saw over there in the chat, some of y'all are there, some of y'all are getting it. Some of y'all are like, nope, I'm fine with these energies. The moderator of these energies is our own internal self. Okay. Oh, I thought maybe this went on for a couple of pages. It does go on for a couple of pages. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read the meaning from this author in a reading. Temperance is an invitation to practice mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual maturity, agility, and poise. The opposite of maturity and agility is, of course, immaturity, inflexibility, and instability. Being temperate means that you are in control of yourself, not anybody else, yourself. You have the maturity to assess situations from a broader perspective. You have the agility to alter your responses to suit any situation. You have the grace to make such changes look easy. Temperance is the beautiful embodiment of wisdom. It is where theory and proclaimed beliefs have become such a part of you that you express them quite naturally. I love that. I am glad I went to the book. Moving on to our last card from the tarot for today. Another major arcana, and this was the card that I did only pull 3, and then I was like, nope, let me pull another one. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Does anybody's life feel like maybe you're running after that hare, or maybe you are the hare being chased by a crazy girl that dropped down your hole? That did not sound good. Dropped down a rabbit hole. And it's just all kind of crazy things going on. If you feel like this, Spirit is saying you're in the perfect place. You're on the Wheel of Fortune. That you're in the middle of the dice being rolled. Imagine that. Imagine if you're like, I don't know what's happening. And Spirit is like, you're on one of the dice. We just rolled the lucky dice. When those settle, everything is lucky. The Wheel of Fortune, everything is in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune is the idea of cycles. We're moving so rapidly right now that sometimes we can get a little bit dizzy, a little off center, a little imbalanced. But the whole idea is it's a cycle. This is not permanent. And if we can stay positively focused to manifest what we want to manifest, wink, wink, it is Magical Monday manifestations, then we come out on top. Then we roll with the dice. We're not rolled over by the dice. So where are you? Are you fighting it? Or are you saying, all right, I'm going to wait for these dice to settle? Oh, look at that. Lucky sevens. All right, let's go. The Wheel of Fortune, Spirit is definitely saying, I got you. I got you. I got you. I don't care if it feels like I don't got you from your human perspective. I hear you grumbling, but I got you. I got you. I got you. Let me see if there's any additional information from this one. The Wheel of Fortune. In a reading. In a reading, the wheel is vague when read on its own. It is a card that benefits from context. And our context is a lot of us are feeling that topsy-turvy energy right now. It can herald good luck or bad luck, things turning around for the better or taking a downturn. The one constant is that things are always changing. So don't get too attached to a situation. And I bet just by reading that statement out loud, many of you are like, am I attached to this situation? Am I attached to the outcome? Have my expectations gotten the better of me? If you're even asking that question, Spirit is like, yep, that's why I told her to pull this card. Another way to look at it is that everything will always be okay because no matter what, you will be on top again. You just won't always know when that will happen. Like John Lennon said, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, then it's not the end. I love that. Does anybody know what song that's from? I do not. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Okay, so those are our tarot cards for today. Perfect. We're right at halfway through, and look at the chat. It is lit up. So I'm going to take a couple of moments here to see what's going on with you all. I'm going to ask you all to take a deep breath and focus on what you might be looking for guidance on, support on. Let those messages that we just received kind of settle in, asking yourself, what can I walk away from? What's no longer balancing me in my life? How can I find that inner alchemy? Let's see. A lot of change. Someone is losing their words as well. And they're saying they're a writer. So, woo, that's got to be a lot. Trying to write and can't find your words. Oh, my. Oh, I did get that right. Edie, maybe that's because I'm a psychic. I did get that right. Okay. Some people dealing with some physical things, feeling all over the place, feeling blocked and disconnected. I get it. Tired. I want to go back to this one. Tired constantly, zero motivation. I'm going to ask you to strike that word lazy, and I'm going to describe what I'm getting from spirit on what's going on energetically for many of us, not just you, Edie. So I would strongly encourage spirit and myself would strongly encourage you to strike that word lazy. Stuck. We're going to reframe that. Just yuck and walking in circles. Anybody else feeling anything close to that? Maybe even just the tired part. All right. Here's what I'm receiving from Spirit. And I got it when I read it the first time, and I'm getting it okay. Again, so we're going to pause on this message because I feel like this is relevant for many of you. I talked about the energetic shifts. I talked about our own personal energetic shifts, how we're shifting, how we're changing, how we're expanding. I like calling it expansion. Others might call it up leveling, moving to new dimensions, whatever that is. We all collectively understand, no matter how we're labeling it, that we are changing more rapidly than maybe we may have in the past. Let's talk about neuroscience for just a little bit. When you change, when your beliefs change, especially when your beliefs change, but also when your experience, when your relationships change, when how you relate to the outside world changes, your brain has to rewire itself. I know y'all have heard of that a million times. Okay, my brain is rewiring. I get it. But did you know that when your brain rewires yourself, it actually takes a physical toll on your body? Your brain needs that energy to create new neural pathways. So you are absolutely going to feel more tired, more drained. You're going to want to drink more water. You're going to say, why am I so sleepy all the time? Because you're like, in one hand, you're like, oh my God, I feel so great. I just adopted this new belief. It's got me looking at life in this great new way. I feel ready to take on the world. And also, I need a nap right now, immediately before I crash out or fall over, because your brain is doing so much work to shift you towards all of that beauty that you just incorporated into your being. Your body needs time to incorporate those energies. So, no, you're not lazy. Everything is working to plan. You are tired constantly because your brain is rewiring constantly at a rapid pace, maybe more rapidly than you ever have, especially if you're a creative. Walking in circles, you're and stuck is just the energy of give yourself time to recalibrate. Please give yourself the compassion that you give the rest of the world. And that goes for everybody, myself included. I have sort of been giving myself time to recalibrate and sort of been telling the universe, I need you to look at my calendar because where am I going to find that time? Um, so if you're like me, where you're kind of sort of giving yourself time and kind of sort of like, but I've got things to do, my to-do list is growing. This is your brain saying, we're okay. You're not stuck. Yes, we are very tired, but tired in a good way because, oh my God, you're going to love all of the new neural pathways I'm building for you. So hopefully that helps. What else? Feeling disconnected and blocked. Let's reword that idea of feeling disconnected and blocked. Let's rewire that right now. Reword, reframe, rewire. When you are in a space of feeling disconnected and blocked, I know this is the exact message you do not want to hear, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because it still feels like truth in my heart and truth from spirit. It's not that you're disconnected and stuck. It's that you have decided to step off the well-worn path and to go in a direction that is more pleasurable, more joyful, more fulfilling for you. And on this new path, there are no directions. There are no signposts because you are making and creating this path each step of the way. So it's not that you're stuck. It's that you're in the process of real time recalibrating, integrating, figuring it out as you go. And when you can see that clear path in front of you, I-70, Highway I-70, it's right in front of you. You can see it. It's like, okay, if I'm on I-70, I know where I'm going. I'm not stuck. I've got my GPS. I can feel the forward movement. But if you were to look over to the side and say, oh, pretty trees, I think I want to go explore those trees. And you step into a batch, not trees. I don't know. What do you call a bunch of trees together? See, I can't find my word either. It's not a forest, but it's just a bunch of trees together. If you step into that, you are going to immediately feel lost because you can't see the highway anymore. There's no path in the middle of these trees. You're maybe even bumping into trees as you're disorientated, and you feel like you're just spinning in circles. I don't know why I left the highway. You left the highway because the trees bring you joy and you're not spinning. You will find your way. You just need time to give yourself time to recalibrate to this new path. So maybe stop spinning, maybe take a deep breath, maybe say, I am where I am. This is my path of joy. If I can stop freaking out, I know I'll find my way. And even if I can't find my way, I'm going to hug a tree because look at these pretty trees. So just give yourself some compassion, slow down, breathe a little bit, take stock of where you are, and maybe stop trying to get to where you want to be so rapidly. Once you can just be where you are and settle in, you'll be like, oh, wait, if I look up, I see the sun. If I stop worrying about all these trees and being lost, if I look up, I can see the sun. And I know which direction the sun is. Maybe I'll just walk in the direction of the sun for a little while. Oh, now it's nighttime. Oh, I know that star. Maybe I'll just follow the North Star for a little while. When you can slow down and just be where you are, you'll realize you are not stuck. You are just navigating new terrain, and there are helpers. There are things that are going to help you navigate that terrain, but you have to slow down and stop freaking out so that your helpers can step in. All right, let's see what else do we have going on. Hmm. Emotions are bubbling up more frequently. That's because we just had a lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces is very emotional water sign. Emotions are bubbling up more frequently. Getting back to focus, health, fitness, working on systemizing my side business. Um, Let's see. Oh, there's a lot going on. You guys are doing a lot. Also stuck not finding like-minded people to date or be with socially with friends. I'm seeing a lot of stuck energy, trying to get things going with my business, having a hard time making decisions. Make a decision, line up with that decision, say, this is what I'm going to do, and do it. And you will know within a day or two if that was the right decision. And if it wasn't, make a new decision. We do not have to pick the perfect right decision out of the box. We just have to make a decision, any decision to move us out of the box, to get us going, and then we can change our mind. Y'all, I'm a 50-something-year-old woman. I can change my mind 15 times before I even get out of bed. So take that, change your mind, but make a decision, line up with it, move yourself. And then when the decision no longer feels like the right decision, change your mind. All right, I'm going to pull, keep putting over in the chat, especially if you feel like it was something really important you wanted me to know and I may have missed it. There's a lot of chat going on, so I could have missed it. Jacqueline, let me know if there's anything that you felt was like really relevant that I may have missed. But I'm going to pull some cards around. Ooh, am I going to pull cards? Spirit. Ooh, ooh. I'm going to pull oracle cards. I held that up upside down. There's her eyes. From Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And the card or the question I'm going to ask Spirit as I pull from this deck is, what information, guidance, and support? We're looking for guidance, but Spirit, I know you're going to tell us to tap into our own guidance. What support and guidance can you give us about this feeling of stuck, blocked, or even slow energy? What can you tell us, Spirit? All right, I think I have my card. I hope it's a good one. The Tree of Life. I have not pulled from this deck in quite a while, so I'm glad I did. But the Tree of Life, I do not know what this message is about. It is card number 58. The Tree of Life, card number 58. Let's see. I love this deck. I don't know why I haven't pulled. When I saw it, when Spirit told me to pull this deck out for today's reading, I was like, why haven't I not pulled from this before? I love this deck. So this, each card is separated into 3 different portions. As I read them, I want you to know what the portions mean. The essence message tells you the timeless message of the card. The invitation tells you the gifts that Spirit is extending to you in this moment. And the medicine tells you the aspect or the area of your life or relationship that you need to bring into balance and or repair. So let's go to card number 58, the Tree of Life. This is the card I asked Spirit about stuck energy. And we have the essence. This is the message. The Tree of Life is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. Its deep roots reach into the lower world, the unconscious, while its branches reach to the heavens, the source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it is important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. So I feel like right off the bat, that energy of stuckness, of feeling like you're kind of getting knocked around, blown around. Spirit is saying, I want you to ask yourself, how deep are your roots in this moment? Let that be a personal question. What do roots mean to you? What do deep roots mean to you? And if someone said, how deep are your roots? What's the first thing that pops into your mind? The invitation. So, this is the gifts that Spirit is extending to us in this moment. To find health and balance in your life, reflect on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. If you are caught in mechanical doing and you're feeling stuck, oh, look at that, right in the middle of the reading, Spirit. I was like, why are we going to a card about Tree of Life? Now I know. If you're feeling stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself, open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. I love that. And here's the medicine. So, this is the aspect or the area of your life or relationships that you need to bring into balance. What nutrients do you need to add to your soil to grow strong? The seed of the oak will not grow on barren ground or without the light of the sun. What dreams do you want to awaken to create a mindful destiny? Reflect on how you want to blossom, the kind of fruit you want to produce, and where you want to sow your new seeds. Be a conscious creator. What a beautiful message for Magical Monday Manifestations, where we're talking about manifesting our own reality. I'm going to go back to this statement. Boop, boop, boop. What nutrients do you need to add to your soil to grow strong? Nutrients show up in the form of energies, in the form of belief shifting, in the form of support. What nutrients do you need to add to your soil? Maybe you need to add a friend group. Maybe you need to add social activities. Maybe you need to add rest. Maybe you need to add some crystals. Maybe you need messages from spirit to help you feel more rooted, more grounded, more ready to grow. Ask yourself that question, maybe kind of make a list of this is what I think I would like to have in my life right now to help me feel unstuck. Maybe it's physical things. Maybe you need a job. Maybe you need a promotion. Maybe you need money. Maybe you need a car. Maybe you need a house. Maybe you need, I don't know. What do you need in your life to help you feel like you're not stuck, to help you feel like you're moving forward? Kind of make a list. Don't get too much in your head with the list, but just ask yourself, what do I need to feel? And then once you have that list, I want you to look at that list, put one hand on the list and one hand on your heart, and I want you to remind yourself, I have everything I need to call in all of these things on my list. Now, I don't have to know how. All I have to do is trust that Spirit has my back, that my ancestors are watching over me, that the angels love me, that the Creator loves me, that I was not put here to struggle. And so anything on my list will come to me the moment I shift into allowing and I stop asking so fervently. The moment I allow it to come to me instead of chasing after it, I will begin to notice a shift in how I feel and in the things that I get to experience in my life, because I am not blocked. The only block is me thinking that I'm blocked. The universe is always supporting me and it's always giving to me. That felt like the energy activation. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like that was definitely channeled. Um, So hopefully that helps with that energy. Let's see. Any other messages, Spirit? What other messages do you have for us? I pulled all of these decks and then I also pulled two books because I think these books have some really great recommendations. The first book is The Cosmic Journal from Yannick Silver. I have his deck called The Cosmic Oracle. This is the Cosmic Journal. Um, this was gifted to me. We might go to that, but I'm definitely going to go to this because this dovetails right into what we just did. This is called Coffee Self-Talk. I actually got this I either got this at Dollar Tree or at Five Below, but I did not pay too much for it. Five Below, I got this at Five Below. Jacqueline knows where I got it. I must have told you that story. Okay. This book, I love it. Obviously, coffee, self-talk. But I'm going to read to you. This is the author's. She says she goes through this every day, 20 minutes. But I'm just going to read a portion of her morning self-talk because I think it could benefit all of us. And Linnea, I see your hand. I'm going to come to you here in a minute. Okay, so here we go. This is her self-talk. Maybe adopt this. Maybe close your eyes and envision yourself saying this. I bless everything in my life right here and right now with love and appreciation. My life is filled with wonder and awe, and I am powerful. I wake up every day feeling power and happiness coursing through my veins, juicing me up for an incredible day. I'm worthy, I am strong, and I believe in my abilities to manifest my dreams. I am forever grateful for my life. I have appreciation for my family, my comfortable bed, my delicious coffee, my shoes, my abundance of money, my wonderful body, my healthy eyes, my strong teeth, my beautiful self, my everything. Fill in those things that you have appreciation for. Make it personal. I love the power I feel in my life to design the life I want. The power of feeling good now, no matter what. Can you all do that? Whether you feel tired, whether you feel like you're spinning in circles, whether you feel stuck, blocked, can you right now in this moment shift your energy and say, no matter what's going on, I have the power to feel good. I can feel good. I don't have to feel good about anything. I can just feel good, period. I have the power of feeling good now, no matter what. And I hold the key to the achievement of anything I desire. Here's the question. What is it I welcome today in my life? What is it you want to welcome into your life today? That's definitely something to sit with. Okay. Linnea, you had a question.
No, I didn't. No,
Oh, okay. Your
sorry.
hand just went up. She's just excited. I love
Sometimes
it.
I take notes and I must hit something on that screen sometimes. So sorry.
Okay, no problem. No problem. All right. We've got a few minutes. I think the hand on the heart, the making the list, the reading from the coffee talk was our channeled activation, energy activation. So I'm going to spend these last couple of minutes asking, does anyone still need a one card pull? Put it over in chat, pick me. And I will get to as many of you as I can here in the last minutes. Lisa K with the pick me. Let's see, let's do a quick one card tarot. Lisa K. Ooh, that's your card. What is it? Lisa K has the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is a very, very good sign. 10 is completion. Pentacles is anything that you hold valuable, but especially those things that are manifested. So whatever you have been trying to pull into manifestation, to pull into your life, it's coming. And I feel like it's coming this week, at least, at the very least, the beginning signs of it. And what's depicted here is Alice is finally back home after all of her adventures. She's with her favorite cat. She's taking a nap, very satisfied with everything that is manifested for her. You have this feeling, you have this coming to you this week, or at the very least, you're going to start to be like, oh, okay, I can see it. I can see it on the horizon. So that's for you. Stay the course. Stay the course. It's on its way for you. That was Lisa. Um, I want to go to, we're not going to go in order. I'm just picking random cards. I'm letting Spirit tell me who to go to. Stephanie. Stephanie. Stephanie has the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Was Stephanie the one that was the author? I don't remember. One of you said you were an author and you couldn't find your words. The Page of Swords is a messenger. Pages are messengers. Swords, we already talked about, is that air energy. It's communication. It's also it's also no, cups is intuition. It's communication and thought processes. I feel communication though. I'm definitely feeling communication. And I'm seeing this sword cutting through the clouds of confusion, of self-doubt, of anything that's kind of mucking up the waters, anything that's making you feel like you're kind of sludging through things, slogging through things. This sword and this page are coming to cut through that cloudiness to bring you back to a state of clarity. And because it's a page, it's saying you're about to receive some type of message. There's some kind of message coming to you. It could be listening to a podcast. It could be a conversation with a friend. It could be going into meditation and hearing directly from spirit. But be on the lookout, listening for a message that's going to help clear things up for you and help you start seeing those sunny skies again. Um, Mary, I'm not sure how if I'm saying that name right. Mari. This card is for you. 10 of Swords, another 10. We've got a lot of endings this week. I like it. Spirit is like, hold on, I got you. 10 of Swords. This is Humpty Dumpty. He has fallen off the wall. This is what I call the game over card. Even in regular tarot, I call it the game over card. Because not only has Humpty Dumpty fallen, but then swords from who knows where are pierced through all of his various bits and pieces. There is no, first of all, just when he fell, there was no putting it back together. He's an egg. I don't know if y'all have ever tried to glue an egg back together, but why? Why would you do that? He's not going back together, but he's also super duper not going back together because now he's got those swords piercing through. Like there's no, absolutely not. Game over, finite, finished, it's done. This is Spirit's message to you, especially when it involves thoughts that have been ruminating and running through your mind. If you are an overthinker, this is a message for whoever I just said I was reading for, Mary, Mari, and also for the entire group. It is time to lay those thoughts to rest. They are not serving you. Let them go, let them go, let them go. There are so many more things just over the wall that you have built for yourself. See that sunrise coming up? You can climb that wall as soon as you stop trying to put all the pieces together. It's over. It's over. Let it be. Move on. Move on. There's sun waiting for you on the other side of the wall. Okay. Ah, yes, Stephanie is the author. Look at that. My brain has functioned just enough this morning to remember that small detail from less than an hour ago. Yeah, it has been a struggle. Okay. Oh, the 10 of I did shuffle and the 10 of Pentacles came up again and I wasn't pulling for anybody in particular. So I'm just going to say, let's put an exclamation point at the end of this message for the entire group. We all needed to hear this. Okay. I think I have time for one more message. What else is coming up this week? Also on Friday with myself and Ari Honeyford, many of you know her, we're doing Two Psychics, One Reading again. On Thursday, yes, I'm going in reverse order because that's how my brain is working this morning. On Thursday, I'm doing messages from Interstellars. I'd love for you all to join that group and see what our friends from abroad have to say. And am I doing anything else this week? Jacqueline keeps me on track. Katie, this one is for you. Major Arcana, this is going to affect all areas of your life. And it's the Chariot. As my friend Ari says, adventure whenever she sees this card. Um, this So the chariot is the idea of moving forward, but it's also that idea of shifting how you move forward. In the major arcana, take my class, y'all. I don't know how many times I had to say it, but in the major arcana, the full. Now I'm gonna give you a brief lesson right now. The seven is the first chunk of the fool's journey. There's three chunks to it. And the first chunk is what I consider him leaving adolescence and youthfulness and moving into middle age. And as he does that, how he approaches the world and how he gets things done shifts. And so this is that idea of she is trying to play this crazy game of croquet, where the cards move. She has a limp neck of a flamingo for the stick and a hedgehog that keeps moving all over the place. It's an impossible game. It's an impossible game. And she's at the point in her life where she realizes the tools that may have once worked for me are no longer working for me. I have to shift how I move forward from this point forward. I've got more wisdom. I've got my own inner strength in place. And I am going to find a new way to accomplish what I need to accomplish. And eventually Alice does. And she figures things out and she moves on through her adventures in Wonderland. So this card is coming up for you to say, if this feels like your life, where all of the tools you have available are still not helping you figure out how to win the game of life, do we never really win? But if this is feeling like you playing an impossible game, and this goes for anyone in the crowd, it's time to shift. The tools that you had that got you this far are not the tools that are going to take you to the next level through the next stage of your life. It's time to reevaluate what you have in your toolbox, figure out which tools are working, which tools you can bless and show appreciation for and gratitude for, and say, thank you for bringing me this far. And that, when I say tools, that might be people, that might be relationships, that might be experiences, but they've brought you this far, but they are not going to go forward. Something has to shift to get you to move forward, but you keep holding on to that limp-necked flamingo trying to play a game. And it's like, nope, spirit is like, nope, I need you to move on. I need you to move on. I need you to pick up new tools. I need you to branch out. I need you to do that thing that feels a little bit scary, but that's actually really exciting, because that's the thing that's going to move you forward. So that's what I have for you all today, and we got right up at time. Please check out my website. I'm slowly redoing it. I'm hoping I'm making it easier for you all to find the things that you need to find and the resources that you need to find. So make sure you're checking out my website and also checking out Meetup. And I hope I see you at some events later on this week, later on today. I hope you sign up for our readings today with myself and Jacqueline. And I love you all. Remember, this is not just about listening to the messages. This is about applying them so you can manifest your life in magical ways. Love you all. Have a great week. Bye.